He's got skin in the game, man. He's been around for a long time. A lot of guys before, a lot of the guys I train with here are all power lifters, and they knew about Ben Rice before I told them, hey, this guy's got like a Twitch channel, right? So, do you like 5-5-5 with time under tension and pauses? Absolutely. Usually, so if you tuned in earlier, I did my squats, and all my squats that I did were in the 5 rep max. I always pause at the very bottom to make sure I control the weight, and then explode on the way up. The way I like to do all of my reps is I control the eccentric, and then I hold at the bottom for about 2 to 3 seconds and explode my way on the top. Don't spend too much time counting the reps. Feel the tension. Your body knows a lot better than you do. Your mind can only make up the numbers. Your body actually knows what the tension feels like and whether or not you can continue to move or not. I am not doing benching today. I actually don't spend a lot of time doing bench press anymore. I used to love it a lot, but to be honest, by benching, I actually got quite lazy in my upper body training. And so for my upper body training, I almost do purely calisthenics now. I almost do purely calisthenics mainly because you get more benefits that way. There's more range of motions that you can work with. On the bench press, you only have this horizontal pushing motion, right? But the thing is when you're pushing, you don't always just push this way. There's also the overhead pressing motion, and then there's also the dip position, right? So there's tons of different ways to push. And on top of that, there's also different wrist positions that your hands can be in, right? So they can be pushing from here, you can be pushing from here, and then you can be pushing more towards your waistline. Now again, all these ranges right here in which you're pushing, they're gonna give you different benefits, and they're gonna hit different muscles. And truly, the closer you get to your waist when it comes to pushing, the harder it actually is. That's why things like the Maltese is considerably more difficult than just the standard planche. Anyway, I spent a lot of time just talking today. I need to set up and actually do more training because I have one more exercise that I wanted to do today. And that was barbell hip thrust. But again, since I spent much time resting, I need to shock my nervous system again a little bit more. I'm gonna do one more set of deadlifts and then get right back to you guys, all right? I rounded out a little bit on the last rep. It was not good. I leaned forward a little bit. Oh well. It's my last set of deadlifts anyway. I'm gonna move on to my barbell hip thrust. When did you start streaming? I streamed 2 sessions, 2 years. So 2 years ago, I did 2 sessions of Hearthstone streaming, and that's actually what got me most of the followers that I have right now. I just started streaming fitness 2 weeks ago, and then last week I didn't stream at all because I was over in Japan training with one of my best friends over at Club 360. Just getting in because even though I spend time coaching, I also need a coach in order to develop things for myself. So, yeah, spent the last week not streaming. I just streaming like 2 weeks ago. Today I started streaming about 1 o'clock. So, about 1 o'clock, about an hour and a half ago. Yep, so I've got just one more exercise that I gotta do, which is the barbell hip thrust. Now I've got lots to talk about the barbell hip thrust after this. So, let me go ahead and get that set up, and I'll be with you guys in just a bit. Schmarbles, thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a good read. I'll see you the next time I stream, buddy. How long do you usually stream usually? I usually take about an hour and a half. 1 hour to an hour and a half, basically based on my training. Lately, it's been taking a little bit longer than today. And today, I'm not really trying to train too hard, so I'm taking a little bit of longer rest times between my sets, just to kind of chat around with people, answer any questions that are that people might have. So I'm going to just set up for my barbell hip thrust right now. Lucky Liesl's challenge the guy with the arm hat to an arm wrestling, please. He's doing face pulls right now, so he actually might totally crush me in an arm wrestle. I know that I've seen him come in a few times. He's really, dude, he's in fantastic shape. Actually, I think I'm gonna go chat with him. So I just asked him to arm wrestle me. He's got a shoulder impingement right now. I totally cool with not arm wrestling him because I think he'll totally smoke me.
Yeah, so
like, I don't know if you've seen this guy, he is ripped. He's absolutely ripped. So, anyway, let me set up for my barbell hip thrusts. I'll get back to you guys in a second. What's his ab secret beyond arm wrestling? I have no idea. I could give you the secret behind abs, just because I would say I've got a pretty decent set myself. Yeah, pretty decent. So let me set up my barbells for hip thrust, and I'll tell you the secret behind having stripped abs. Okay, so I got one exercise planned left for today. I don't know if you can see it from right here. I think that's gonna be the best position. I'm not sure if you'll beat him easy both arms. I don't know, man. He's got a pretty good physique. I can't gauge him based on strength, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. I've never arm wrestled before, to be honest. So, but in terms of it, like, I don't know. I got a decent set of arms. I might do okay. I definitely won't go down without a fight. Now, we'll hit one set of these barbell hip thrusts, right? So I've got my barbell set right here. I'm gonna be laying my back against this bench right here. So let me talk about the barbell hip thrust real quick. People very much, I think it is the most underrated exercise for guys, period. So I think it's the most underrated exercise, period, when it comes to compound exercises and for guys as well. You see a lot of girls doing this, you don't see a lot of guys doing it. Guys think it looks like a pussy exercise, but the thing is it's such a good exercise when it comes to contracting your glutes, which you're gonna find a lot of people, especially you folk over at Twitch, right? You know, sitting down on chairs, gaming all the time, especially y'all sitting down right now, sitting down in your chairs, underactivating your glutes. You're gonna have weak glutes, you're gonna have weak hip flexors, you're gonna have a weak lower back and lower core, and the barbell hip thrust addresses all of that. It focuses solely on glute contraction, which is, if you are trying to build what I would think is the ultimate glamour muscle on guys, is your ass, right? You wanna be doing these exercises. Now, I like to do them, I don't like to particularly overload too much on the barbell hip thrust. I like to spend actually a lot of time doing volume. It's how I feel I'm gonna get the most glute contraction. And so, yeah, let me again show you what this looks like. Now, in general, you wanna get a towel or something, because this is actually quite painful on your hips, but I'm gonna show you just kind of what it looks like without that. It's gonna hurt my hips a little bit, but whatever. So I want to keep basically the barbell just kind of laying across my hips like this. Again, you want to use a towel or something in order to make it less painful. Bring your heels close to your glutes, close to your ass, and then contract your glutes. Okay? Hold the isometric at the top. the lightest you can weigh with tons of muscle at 6'2"? I don't know, man. I've never been 6'2", so I'm not sure what the lightest you can you can weigh. I would say, I don't know, man. I don't really gauge. I'm not very good at gauging like weight. I'm more so good at gauging body fat percentage. So if you want to, you're more than welcome to send me a picture of yourself, and I can give you a body fat assessment and let you know what you can do in your nutrition. At least the small things you can change into your nutrition that's going to help you shred off the body fat. I always preach 4 things, right? Having high water intake, having high amounts of sleep, having better nutrition, and then just training regularly. I did, but you're streaming on your phone. Well, I'll check it out after I'm streaming, and then after I'm streaming, I'll go ahead and follow up with you. All right? Does that sound good? I want his abs. How is your English so good? I grew up in the United States. I grew up in Minnesota. So I was born here in Vietnam, but from I was born here in Vietnam. From the age of 1 all the way up to 22, I lived in the United States. I went to university in Australia. And then I just moved out to Vietnam about a year and a half ago. To work. So most of my family's also over here. So this is kind of my preferred zone. You know, people. You love Minnesota? I don't. Yeah, ice is shit. All right, I'm gonna hit my next set of barbell hip thrusts. I'll get back to answering any questions or chatting with you guys in just a second, all right? God, I love that exercise. So good. You can feel it right up my ass. Right on my ass, not up my ass. Right on my ass. There's a big difference between on and in. I know people in North Dakota. I don't. So let's see. I used to run on the elliptical every day, but now it's been like 8 years now, 30. But when I was 22, I was running where it was an addiction. Huh, you're 30. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 in 6 months. Emin was too cold. I lived there before. Yeah, dude. It's not the most ideal state to live, I would say. It's way too cold in the winters. Like, had days where you go step outside and you have to shovel off like 3 feet of snow. Nah, man. Not at all what I want to be doing. Windy Arcanine, how's it going? Hello to you too. Wingapo. I learned that from Pocahontas. That's all. Sorry, that's all I was reminded of when I see the little female with the hand up. Wingapo. You read that super fast. What did I read super fast? Your message? The hello? I have the chat showing right here. Windy Arcanine? Well, I know what an Arcanine is. I'm a Pokemon fan too. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a kid. I played every generation except the latest one. People usually take a second. Well, I can read both pretty well, I would say. I can read English pretty well, at least. Not so good at reading Vietnamese. I actually can't really read Vietnamese at all. I'm a shit Vietnamese person. Oi. Man, my legs are fried. Anyway, how's it going? Welcome to my stream. You're just actually catching the very, very last brunt of it. I've got one more set of barbell hip thrusts left to do. And then I'm going to be tuning out, going home and setting up for my Magic the Gathering stream later tonight. So if you're interested in Magic at all, if you're actually interested in fitness, I'm streaming fitness every single day. So just drop me a follow and possibly even a sub if you're feeling so kind, and I'll reach out to you. Well, and then I'll let you. It'll inform you whenever I'm streaming. So feel free to just drop on in anytime. I'm here to give out fitness advice, as well as keep myself accountable for my own training, because well, I like training. I like to make the improvement. You like the new set? I don't know the new set yet. I actually haven't played the latest generation. It's just more so that I haven't really had the time. I had more time for gaming back then. I just don't really have too much time for gaming now, since I've got like clients to train. I'm setting up for my virtual coaching business as well. So like, I'm trying to move over from doing face-to-face clients to doing just almost purely virtual clients, and I think Twitch is a really, really good platform for that, simply because a lot of people who are on Twitch spend a lot of time two things, right? They're spending a lot of time at a chair, so their weaknesses are generally in like glutes, lower back, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, cervical spine, and so a lot of things I can do, basically train people who are pretty much trying to work out from home. All my training can be done from home. Today I'm just particularly hitting the barbell work because I'm feeling actually particularly lazy. They didn't want to do a real leg workout today. So I'm in my chair 10 to 15 hours a day as a developer. I understand what that is, man. I just left my job as a security engineer for Axon. They're also known as Taser. So if you know what a Taser is, I literally just finished working with them. And so I know what it is to just sit around in a chair writing code all day. It's boring as shit, and it makes your glutes really weak, and it actually develops a lot of postural problems. So, what language are you developing in? What's the cost? So right now I've got, it's actually, you're gonna find it's actually quite steep. So first off, I charge mostly for the most part in packages. There's a 1-month package, there's a 3-month package, and there's a 6-month package. And each package, so if you go for the 1-month package, you're actually getting about 5 weeks, because I also give you a free deload week where I coach you as well. And so the 1-month package is $980, $1,800 for a 3-month package, and then $26. I've got it written down all at home. So I've got it written down all at home, and it basically gives you 3 coaching sessions per week where I coach you. I coach you basically online, and I run you through your training sessions. So you get 3 hours total with me every week, and so 3 hours total with me every week. I give you a nutrition program. I give you a supplementation program. I do weekly check-ins to make sure that you are basically progressing in your strength, and as well as you're progressing in your aesthetics. And yeah, so the more packages, the more months you sign up for. So the more months you sign up for, the cheaper my hourly rate is. So it goes from $100, so it's something like $100 or so if you take a 1-month package. $80 an hour if you take a 3-month package, and then something like $50 an hour if you take a 6-month package, something like that. My girlfriend actually wrote the plan up for me because she's better at finance than I am. So essentially, I will go ahead and double check on what those things are when I get back home. I have the worst posture. And most people do. If you spend a lot of time in a chair, you're generally going to have three main problems in your spine, right? You're going to have very, very weak lumbar spine from rounding out like this. You're gonna have a weak thoracic spine from being hunched over like this. And then generally, you're gonna have what's called nerd neck. So your cervical spine right here is going to be generally extended forward. So all those really lead to kind of something that looks like this. And so when you're doing things like strength training, you have to get into thoracic extension, learning to pull your neck back, round up your shoulders back in order to get better posture, and then also keep contraction on your onto your glutes, lower body. Super attractive when you hunch all day. I've got it all calculated at home. I based it entirely on an hourly rate. I have nobody doing a 6-month package right now. All my clients right now are on 3-month packages, because I didn't actually offer a 6-month package until just recently. It all rounds out to being something like $50 or $45 an hour or something like that per session. Let me, again, virtual basement, let me go home and check what my actual prices are. I have it all written down. I just have the gym right now, so I haven't really had a chance to check. I'll get it all looked up and then I'll send it to you via DM. How's that sound for you, all right? Anyway, I'm gonna hit my last set right here, and then I'm actually going to tune out for the day. How do you not crush yourself like that? I got strong glutes. That's how I don't crush myself like that.